Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to go into chapter 16 of Marked by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. So let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. That's it. Stevie Ray had stopped looking uncomfortable and apologetic in front of the steps that led to a round brick building situated on a little hill overlooking the eastern part of the wall surrounding the school. Huge oaks wrapped it in darkness within darkness, so I could barely make out flickers of either gas or candles lighting up the entrance. Not one speck of light was coming from the darkened windows that were long and arched and seemed to be made of stained glass. Okay, well, thanks for the Tums. I tried to sound brave and save a place for me. This really can't take that long. I should be able to get done here and join you guys for dinner. Don't rush, really. You might meet someone you like and want to hang out. Don't worry about it if you do. I won't be mad, and I'll just tell Damien and the twins that you're recontouring. I'm not going to become one of them, Stevie Ray. I believe you, she said, but her eyes looked suspiciously big and round. So I'll see you soon. Okay, see you soon, she said, and started to follow the sidewalk back to the main building. I didn't want to watch her walk away. She looked all forlorn and spanked puppy-like. Instead, I climbed up the steps and told myself that this was going to be no big deal. Nothing worse than the time my sister talked me into going to cheerleading camp with her. I don't know what the hell I'd been thinking. At least this fiasco wouldn't last a week. They'll probably cast another circle, which was actually very cool, do some unusual praying like Nefret did, and then break for dinner. That would be my cue to smile nicely and slip out. Easy peasy. The torches on either side of the thick wooden door were lit by gas and not the raw flame sconces used at Nyx's temple. I reached my hand toward the heavy iron knocker, but with a sound that was disturbingly like a sigh, it opened away from my touch. Mary, meet Zoe. Oh my god, it was Eric. He was wearing all black, and his dark curly hair and his insanely blue eyes reminded me of Clark Kent. Well, okay, without the dorky glasses and the nerdy slicked back hair, so I supposed that would mean he actually reminded me again of Superman. Well, without the cape or tights or the big S. Then the babble in my mind totally shut itself up when his oil-dampened finger slid over my forehead, tracing the 5 points of the pentagram. Blessed be, he said. Blessed be, I replied, and would be internally grateful for my voice didn't croak or crack or squeak. Aw man, he smelled good, but I couldn't place what he smelled like. It wasn't any of the tired, overused colognes guys apply by the gallon. He smelled like the forest at night, just after it's rained. Something earthy and clean, and you can come on in, he was saying. Oh, thanks, I said brilliantly. I stepped inside, and then I stopped. The interior was all one big room. The circular-shaped walls were draped in black velvet, totally blocking the windows in the silver moonlight. I could see that under the heavy curtains there were weird shapes, which started to freak me out until I realized that, hello, it's a rec room. They must have shoved the TVs and game stuff to the sides of the room and covered them so everything would look, well, creepier. Then my attention was captured by the circle itself. It was situated in the middle of the room and made up entirely of candles and tall red glass containers, like the prayer candles you can buy from the Mexican food section of the grocery store that smell like roses and old ladies. There must have been more than 100 of them, and they lit up the kids who were standing in a loose circle behind them, talking and laughing with a ghostly light that was tinted red. The kids were all wearing black, and I noticed right away that none of them were wearing an embroidered rank insignias, but each had a thick silver chain that glittered around their necks, from which an odd symbol dangled. It looked like 2 crescent moons positioned back to back against a full moon. There you are, Zoe. Aphrodite's voice slid across the room just ahead of her body. She was wearing a long black dress that flashed with onyx beading, reminding me of a dark version of Nefret's beautiful gown. She had on the same necklace as the others, but hers was bigger and outlined in red jewels that might have been garnets. Her blonde hair was loose and draped around her like a gold veil. She was entirely too pretty. Eric, thanks for making Zoe welcome. I can take it from here. She sounded normal. She even rested her manicured fingertips on Eric's arm for a second in what the uniformed might think of as just a friendly gesture, but her face told a different story. It was set and cold, and her eyes seemed to blaze into his. Eric barely gave her a look, and he definitely moved his arm away from her touch. Then he gave me a quick smile, and without glancing at Aphrodite again, he walked away. Great. Exactly what I didn't need was to get in the middle of a nasty breakup, but I couldn't seem to help the fact that my eyes followed him across the room. Aphrodite cleared her throat, and I tried unsuccessfully not to look like I'd been caught doing something I shouldn't have been doing. Her slick, mean smile said there was absolutely no doubt that she noticed my interest in Eric and his interest in me. And again, I wondered if she knew it had been me in the hall the day before. Well, it wasn't like I could ask her. You need to hurry, but I brought something for you to change into. Aphrodite was talking quickly as she motioned for me to follow her to the girls' restroom. She threw me a disguised look over her shoulder. It's not like you can come to a Dark Daughter's ritual dressed like that. Once we were in the bathroom, she brusquely handed me a dress that had been hanging from one of the patrons and kind of pushed me into the stall. You can put your clothes on the hanger and carry them back to the dorm like that. I didn't seem to be any arguing with her in any way. I felt like an outsider enough as it was. Being dressed differently made me feel like I'd shown up to a party dressed like a duck, but no one had told me it wasn't a costume party, so everyone else was wearing jeans. I quickly got out of my school clothes and slid my black dress over my head, sighing with relief when it fit. It was simple but flattering. The material was soft, clingy stuff that never wrinkles. It had long sleeves and a round neckline that showed most of my shoulders. Good thing I'd worn my black bra. All around the neckline, the edge of the long sleeves, and the hem, which was right above my knee, were sewn little red sparkly beads. It really was pretty. I slipped my shoes back on, thinking happily that a nice pair of ballet flats can go with just about any outfit, and stepped out of the stall. I'm going to leave it off right there. I will see you guys in part 2 of this chapter. Bye.